Let's talk about what makes our leads so different from every other vendor, because quite honestly, this is the biggest make or break for most people in terms of if they're going to write policies or not. So I just want to address it directly here. We target people who are actively looking for an IUL and they have the funds to be able to fund an IUL, and that's the leads that we give to you. You are guaranteed for whatever quantity of leads that you do buy through us to receive leads that are actively interested in searching for an IUL, and they have stated that they have the funds to be able to fund an IUL. And I'll get into all of that in a minute. Now, we do give you all of the leads that are filtered out from that because we do have very strict filters, and you just essentially don't pay for those leads. I just want to give you really quick context as to how we're able to do this and why policy assistance exists. So I've had the opportunity to work with some of the larger vendors in the space as a marketing consultant. They brought me in to do an audit of their existing client fulfillment. And quite honestly, when I walked into the account, I was horrified. They were running at the time social ads and PPC ads. What these vendors end up doing is they optimize for their margins and not what has the highest probability for you as the agent to write more policy. They optimize for the cheapest lead that they possibly can. But a lot of vendors end up using social media for their fulfillment, which you end up getting a lot of the needs convincing crowd, people who don't know what an IUL is and you need to convince them. There's a whole bunch of other videos in this series on that if you're curious. Just to be direct, like you have an extremely low probability of writing policies off of those leads because not intent-based, it's curiosity-based. They're mindlessly scrolling on social media. Then there's the other side of things where I've seen vendors running search ads and they're targeting things like create generational wealth, and they're handing and rolling over these leads to agents that buy from them. It's no wonder that so many agents have been burned, and quite literally their capital that they invest into buying these leads is quite literally torched and just set on fire. What we do specifically with search is we're only targeting specific terms that people search into the search engine around getting IUL quotes and seeking further information around getting a quote from either an agent. They're searching different carriers, they're searching different insurance companies around IULs. Long story short, everything has very high intent for an IUL. So if we were to even just roll those leads over to you and do absolutely nothing else, you probably see night and day difference in comparison to whatever you're running right now. Because out of all the different agents that we speak with, and because I'm actively taking calls on the front end just for our service, I would say 99% of agents are not even able to connect with someone who is even just looking for it in the first place. Now, the second thing that we do specifically is we filter for people who have the funds to be able to fund an IUL. So that means anyone between the age of 25 and 60, and they are able to commit to at least $300 a month, we deem them as qualified. Now, if they're over 60 and they have over 50K in existing assets, whether it's a IRA, 401k, or a brokerage account, they will also qualify, but they need to have the assets. And if someone's under 25 and they have at least 20K in assets and they can commit to monthly contributions of at least $300, they will also qualify. Everybody else gets turned away. Everybody else is not a qualified lead, and you just simply don't pay for that. Let's just say, as an example, you buy 50 leads from us, you're guaranteed to receive 50 qualified leads who are actively searching for IULs. In this case, you would have 50 leads who recently did a Google search either to get a IUL quote or they're looking for an agent specifically around an IUL, something very high intent. And then they came through and filled out one of our forms. Let's say we have 100 people complete the form and only 50 of those people are actually qualified. You only pay for the 50, but we also give you the additional 50 in this example that would not be qualified. And you can roll those over and sell them into other financial products like annuities. A lot of other agents just end up doing this. And the reason why we do this transparently is you just end up making more money, because I want you to come back and buy more leads from us. That's how we make our money. When you make the most money and you just come buy more leads from us. Now, to be clear, every lead that you do buy from us is exclusive to you. I don't want to get too technical with you, but there is one final thing that we do differently from everybody else. And you can't even do this on any of the social platforms, to be very clear. Now, we use what we call pixel conditioning in order to train the algorithm to go find more of the affluent buyers. So whoever we send back into the ad platform, the ad platform will just go and try and find more of those people. So since we're already qualifying, we do not send back the unqualified people. We only send the qualified people back to the ad platform. What this does is it trains the algorithm to go find more of these people. So we care a lot about who we're sending back. And since we're doing this, we train the algorithm to go find more of the individuals who it actually makes sense to be speaking with to try and actually sell them an IUL. This is what makes us different from every other lead vendor. I don't mean to get too technical with you here, but I just want to elaborate on literally everything that makes our leads so different from everything else you've tried in the past.